GDC at the Mix Patreon, and we're catching up on a game called Thumper that's been in development for a few years, and we got the entire dev team here to talk about. First of all, give us like the quick pitch. What kind of game is Thumper?
We call Thumper a rhythm violence game. So it's like a music, a rhythm game, but it's really stripped down and simple, and we try to make it as intense and physical as possible. The player controls this space beetle that's just kind of like hurtling down this like track, like a one-lane track. And you have to match different obstacles on the beat, or like make turns, and there's a lot of different rhythmically arranged obstacles you have to navigate.
And as far as I understand it, this is sort of, you've been working with rhythm games for many, many years coming onto this project. Can you tell us a little bit about your background in these kind of games?
I worked at Harmonix since, I guess, 2001, so I worked on a lot of games people know, like Amplitude and Guitar Hero and Rock Band and Fantasia.
So is this sort of what you envision to be the next evolution of that sort of rhythm-based game, or?
I think more than anything, we hope it's just something new. It's like a new experience. We don't really think about it necessarily as a rhythm game or relative to other rhythm games. I think both like the way it looks and sounds and plays, we hope is like a unique experience.
Yeah, because I was kind of confused when I first saw it. I didn't sort of recognize the highway that, you know, these rhythm games typically have, that highway where you move. It doesn't really work exactly like that.
Yeah, it doesn't. We really simplified everything, so everything's coming at you in like one dimension. So it's more about getting the sequence of events, like hitting everything at the right time, rather than layering like another, you have to be in a different lane or something like that. It's just a little bit stripped down, I think, compared to other games.
And you recently announced PlayStation VR is supported, and I thought it was kind of interesting to read that sort of VR is sort of an afterthought here. You didn't think of it at first, and then it sort of happened to be a good fit. How did it come about?
I think that, we were always interested in it. When we started working on the game, like VR was just like a fantasy. It didn't, like the technology didn't even really exist yet. And we were always curious to see how it would work. And then really over the past few months, we tried it, and we feel like the game is kind of enhanced by it in certain ways, and we're really excited about it. So you can play the whole game in VR or just a normal 2D like big screen or whatever experience.
How do you use VR to sort of amplify the experience? Are you inside the experience, or is it more like you're getting more of a looking through a box, just kind of what are you going for?
I guess, I mean, the experience, we were always originally trying to make it as overwhelming and just have it be the most intense experience possible, and I think VR just lets us take that further, and it works. It really works well in that way. So.
And I wanted to ask you, because you're in charge of the music, what kind of music have you opted for, and what is it that sort of, how does it tie to with the visuals, etc.?
Actually, the music is kind of a product of the visuals. I think and the design and the game design. We actually really don't think about it so much as a music game, even though it's structured like a music game. It's just an awesome game, and all of the sounds are quantized and they work together to sort of make this musical experience. But it's very abstract. It's not like a genre of music that we're trying to fit the gameplay to. It's more the other way around. Like the gameplay is asking for a certain kind of soundtrack, and I'm just trying to let the sounds serve that as much as possible, and not like force everything to conform to some musical idea.
So it's rather than having one part gameplay, one part music, and marrying them, it's sort of like just one part that's fitting together.
Yeah, definitely. What you said, basically. I think. I don't know what else to add to that. Yeah, I think Brian described it well.
We mentioned that you've been working on this game for some years, but I'm starting to feel that we are closing in on the finish line with the project. Is that a correct assumption?
Yeah, it's it's going to be a few months down the road. It'll be later this year. We haven't really decided exactly when. We have a lot of factors to consider, but we're definitely getting there. Yeah, it'll be this year.
Hoping to be out for PSVR launch, perhaps.
It'll be out when PSVR is out. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.